Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a safe and awesome week. So we've been doing a series in our shorts lately, and while it's been popular, we know a lot of people don't watch shorts. So we decided, why don't we get them together, make a volume, make a long form, throw it up on the channel. So, for those that don't watch shorts, this is Marvel Recommended Reading Volume 1. Some Deadpool books you should read if you enjoy the Deadpool movies. First up, Deadpool by Brian Posehn and Jerry Duggan. Basically every volume in this series is gold, with one of the standout trades being Volume 3, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which has an incredible team-up of Captain America, Wolverine, and Deadpool. But really the whole run from these two was awesome. Next up, Deadpool vs. Wolverine featuring the legendary Larry Hama. Next to Cable, this is my favorite character writers team up with Deadpool. Just like the movie, this is Wade irritating Logan, with Wolverine as the straight man to Deadpool's antics. And yes, plenty of epic lines and fights between these two. And finally, this may come as a shock to some, but the Scotty Young Deadpool run. Scotty's an amazing artist, but also a terrific writer, and I loved what he did for the Merc with the Mouth in his series. Look, there's a ton more, but I got less than a minute, so folks, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Wolverine books you should read. First up, Old Man Logan. I know, low-hanging fruit here, but it's one of my personal favorites from Mark Millar. And couple this with the 10 volumes that came after, split between Jeff Lemire and Ed Brisson, and you got plenty of material for folks that want to read what the movie Logan was loosely based on. Up next, Wolverine Max Permanent Rage. The Max imprint is the much more adult side of Marvel, and this book sees amnesiac Wolverine waking up in the ocean, missing his legs, don't worry, they grow back, from a plane crash, trying to solve the mystery of who he is, and was he the one that caused the plane to crash? Read this one to find out. Finally, we have Wolverine 3 Months to Die. In the aftermath of being stripped of his healing ability, Logan is now mortal and killable, and has to retrain in defending himself. Logan is no stranger to guns, but I gotta say it's weird at first seeing him use one. Wolverine has been around since the 70s, so there's a ton of great books to read. If you have any suggestions, leave them below. Punisher books you should read. Up first, Girls in White Dresses from the Punisher Max series by Greg Hurwitz. When women are being abducted in the small Mexican town of Tierra Rota, Frank is offered a bag full of cash to stop it. Now, Frank's no bounty hunter or hero, but there are some things even the Punisher can't let slide. If you like this one, check out Jason Aaron's run, and Garth Ennis is also in the Max line. Next up, Punisher War Journal, Civil War. One of the many tie-ins to the Civil War story, this book featuring writers Matt Fraction and Frank Thierry focuses on Frank wanting nothing to do with the turmoil between heroes. I mean, this isn't his war. That is until bad guys start getting badges. Great tie-in that helps you understand that fight in Civil War. Finally, Marvel Universe vs. the Punisher, written by Jonathan Maberry. During a routine strike against baddies, Frank unleashes a pathogen that turns everyone it touches into cannibals. Unfortunately for them, the Punisher is immune. This and Punisher Kills the Marvel Universe by Garth Ennis are two of my favorite out there Punisher stories. If you have any suggestions, leave them below.
Here's some Daredevil books you should read. Up first, we have Daredevil Yellow. This book is told through the eyes of Matt as he writes letters to Karen Page after her death, retelling the early part of Daredevil's career and even why his suit changed from yellow to red. A fantastic starting point for anyone interested in this character. Next up, we have Daredevil Noir, an awesome alternate universe story in which Daredevil, who's the assistant of P.I. Foggy Nelson, takes on a case involving Orville Holleran, the man who killed Matt's father, and a mysterious woman who turns out to be much more than she seems. This is a dark, twisty, turny tale that is a must-read if you want something just a bit left of center. And finally, we have Daredevil Guardian Devil that has one of the greatest creative teams ever on any comic. Kevin Smith, Joe Quesada, and Jimmy Palmiotti. In this run, Daredevil is reeling after the suicide of Karen Page. He juggles caring for an infant who may or may not be the Antichrist, alongside his mental anguish and combating a terminally diagnosed Mysterio looking for one last hurrah. These are just some of my favorites, but there's plenty more.